Okay, my name is Ray Bly. I'll be running for U.S. Congress District 7 for the 5th time in 2016. I'm paranoid and bipolar. But psychiatrists tell me that's normal for what's happened to me if you watch all the other videotapes. I try to keep cheerful and happy when I should be completely depressed and suicidal for what's happened to me. That's why they say tendency of bipolar, because I always have a smile on my face and always try to look at the positive side of everything, even though my life has been mostly negative. And I'm paranoid because I never know when the police is going to throw the book at me again, or the building inspectors or the zoning enforcement inspectors will come out here and try to hit me with another $500 a day fine for something I've always done, but the community don't want me to do it anymore, so they pass a zoning law and then come out and threaten me. So that kind of makes people paranoid. And if you read my book at raybly.com, you'll realize I should be paranoid with what the state can do to you. Illegally prosecuting you for a crime they knew you did not commit. And then laughing in your face there's nothing you can do about it because they're all immune to do it. I'm a candidate that you won't see. Republican or Democrat. I'm a Republican because I thought the Republican Party cared about all people, especially minorities and low-income people, because of Lincoln and Reagan. And even Kennedy was a Democrat, but he cared also for low income. They're all about money now, and they won't tell you the truth about anything. Everybody that I know that's running for office in the past told me to keep my mouth shut, I might get elected. Because you can't tell people where you stand on issues. Like, I'm a Christian, I'm against abortion. But should I impose my views on everybody else? No. If we want to keep a democratic society, we have to go somewhere in the middle. And to the middle, to me, is the first term abortion only. Period. Nothing after that. But then both sides hate my guts. Even if you're a perfectly normal baby in the 9th month and in labor, you should still be allowed to have the doctor crush the baby's head and pull it out with forceps and kill it. And the other side don't want you to take birth control pills, because that's a form of abortion. If you have sex and you get pregnant, that's God's will. You're not allowed to do anything against pregnancy, except not have sex, which won't happen in adults. I mean, everything is so absurd in people's views that it gets me in trouble when I state my view. How can I be a Christian but would allow first-term birth control? How do I want everybody created equal and take away all these civil rights laws and specialty laws? Gay people, first off, marriage is a legal term in all the Bibles of the world, no matter whether Jewish, Islamic, Sikh, Buddhist, or Christian religions. The word marriage came from biblical religious terminology, and it means one man and one woman. I'm not against gays if they want to live together and have a union, but to use the word marriage, which is a religious term protected by our Constitution, should not be used for people that don't fit that term of one man and one woman, as the Bible states. They can use any other term they want, but not a religious term. I mean, every time I look how much money it takes to run for U.S. Congress, I'd have to take money from all of these corporations. I think we should stop all money to foreign governments and to Americans. Period. We pay farmers not to grow, but we pay for food from South America. Why don't we let our farmers make the money? Why are we paying sheep farmers to keep sheep in case we have another world war? Because we need the wool. None of the military clothing is made out of wool anymore. I mean, we just keep getting absurd with all these special interest groups. It's like when they asked Cummings back in 2010, should we put a surplus tax on oil companies because of all the profits they were making? He says, yeah, we're looking into that. When it came to me, I said, hell no. We don't need to put surplus taxes on them. We got to take away the $1 trillion of tax credits we gave the oil companies and start making them pay taxes for the first time. You know what Elijah Cummings said? Mr. Bly is right, we're looking into that. The League of Women Voters had to tell him to shut up and sit down because it was my turn. Every time I said an answer after his, he interrupted me. That's why he refused to debate me, Republicans and Democrats, after that with the League of Women Voters, because I embarrassed him too much. These elected representatives know how to say, oh, that sounds very good. I would really look into it when I'm elected to their constituent, while thinking, that idiot, I'd never do that. What an asshole. But they don't tell the constituent that. They won't tell them where they stand on anything. They avoid the truth. Better schools, better communities, better police, smaller government, less taxes. I've heard the same thing for decades of my life, 6 decades now. Obama, we need change. Yeah. What does that mean? A new person in office. Well, Bush couldn't run again, so it would have been a change anyway, whether it was a Republican or Democrat. It's all a lie. He hasn't really changed hardly anything except passed a whole bunch of new laws. I'm for national health care. God forbid I'm a Republican. I think they should double everybody's Medicare withholdings and give everybody Medicare. One payer. And if you're poor, medical would be free. But if you're middle class or upper, then you would pay the 20% to your own private insurance company. So the insurance companies could stay in business. So it's not as profitable by paying the 20% Medicare, Medicaid didn't. Or a prescription plan, etc. That way, it would take the greed out of doctors, lawyers, and insurance companies for all this profit. Another thing is I think everything should be pre-marked price, like potato chips are. Suggested price. That way stores couldn't double the price and say they're giving you a sale and still charging you more than suggested price, because its suggested price would be on everything. You would know if they actually gave you a discount. Walmart is not cheap on most of the stuff. Target is also not cheap on most of the stuff, if you compare the prices. Second off, I would bring back fair trade like Maryland still has for tobacco and alcohol products. At the wholesale level, whether you buy a case at a time or a few bottles at a time of liquor, or you buy a truckload, it's exactly the same price per bottle. If they brought that back across the board for appliances, computers, TVs, hardware, lumber, all of these stores that have gone out of business by mom and pops because of Walmart, Home Depots, Lowe's, Targets, etc., and let the mom and pop be able to open a business again doing appliances, like I did new appliances back in the 70s. But I couldn't do it anymore because they required I sign a contract $1 million a year or they wouldn't deal with me for new appliances. As a small business, you can't sell $1 million of appliances like Sears does. You only got one store. You ain't got chain stores all over the country to do this $1 million. They bring this back, it would bring back all the mom and pops. It would raise up to working class people again, to middle income. And it would down the upper grade people these multi-million-dollar a year executives down to normal salaries they used to make 20 years ago, where they only made 5 times their worker salary instead of 100 times, because they would be competing with all these mom and pops again. I'm an hilarious candidate. I'm crazy. And you know it, because I tell you where I stand. Read my book, read my candidacy page at raybly.com, RAYBLY.com, or follow me on Facebook. I have all kind of videos of where I stand on all kind of issues, and I'm going to have a lot more. Thank you.